I see.
Yeah.
Would you do a roast, so?
Yeah. Oh, I'd love
He
to
has
do a
to
roast.
do a roast.
I have to do a roast. I owe the country a roast.
Let's do a
I owe you a roast.
Actually, wait.
Let's do
talk
a
about this
roast.
shit.
Let's take this show to the max.
Let's fuck.
Come on, dog.
Parameni.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of our favorite comedians of all time.
Yes,
of all fucking time.
Yes.
Mpho Pops is in the
guys are
building.
just saying, man.
What's up, Pops Uncle?
What's up, Saul? What's up, Mac?
If my son wants to be a comedian, he must be like you. I'm gonna tell him he must watch all of your stand-ups.
He can't yet.
Why?
Hey, there's some controversial things.
Oh, you're controversial.
No,
you're
I've,
clean, bro.
No, I've become very clean. Don't let him watch my early stuff.
Yeah,
my early
Hey,
stuff.
but this nigga is wild, dog. Hey, if you know about Mpho Pops, he's wild, dog. Should have been a DJ, this nigga.
Bro. Yeah?
No, dog.
Tell us more.
No, dog. I'm a normal guy.
Yeah, I remember the first podcast I did with them. It was literally just me and one camera guy,
Hey,
the cat master.
Oh, that's why.
That's why when I walked in,
Cat
I was
with
like,
access.
I greeted everyone. I was like, I'm so proud. Like, you guys have a team. This is a whole machine. The first one we did with Mac,
Yeah.
it was just him and
Cat Master.
Cat Master.
Wow.
Mac
Who's a DJ,
mic'd
by the
me.
way, turned into cameraman during the day.
Yeah.
Mac was the one micing me. Mac had a 17-inch Mac. I vulaga. And then I'm gonna ask. I couldn't see him behind me. It was just us, dog. There
Wow,
was literally 3 of us. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Now there's a whole team. Uncle Saul is here.
Yeah.
Call me uncle, bro.
Ghost Lady is here.
Yeah.
Fine. I thought I was gonna meet Ghost Lady. Fine. Like
But
I still don't know how Ghost Lady looks.
Yeah. Do you really want to meet her?
I want to meet her, dog. I'm a fan. It's like I've been a Daft Punk fan my whole life. I don't know how they look.
Oh yeah.
And I don't want to know.
Yes.
Ghost Lady is on that level. I thought I was gonna see her, you know, because I got a call to come through.
Yeah.
It was from Dudu.
Yeah, our
Dudu
producer.
phoned me. Yes, Dudu phoned me. Hi, Paul.
What producer now?
I ain't doing the lawyer.
Boy.
Look how God. You want to Moses? Come on. I parked outside. He's like, you're shooting inside. Inside. Yes. Ankianga no key. Dudu phones me. I'm like, she says, no, it's Dudu from Podcast and Chill. I'm like, Ghost Lady, is your real name Dudu? She goes, no, I'm Dudu. I'm like, Ghost Lady, it's you.
Yeah, fake name.
She's like, no, I'm Dudu. We want you to come. I was like, yes, 1,000 times, yes. I will come, yes.
Oh, you're not gonna replace me. Damn. Hey, this never used to be a comedian chair. Now,
dog.
the next time must be fun. It must be a comedian.
Dog, you're killing that chair, bro.
Bro.
You are putting real comedians under pressure.
Chair can do, man.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
F's
sure.
with your chi.
And by the way, you know we got this table designed specifically for you. A chiller designed this for us, just for you, for this episode.
No ways.
I
Yeah,
kid
it's the
you
first
not,
time
bro.
shooting at these studios. So
Yeah.
No ways. Where's our chiller from?
Let me shout them out. Actually, it's at Hood Steel Haven. That's the company. So they do furniture.
Yeah.
They do like patio sets, kitchen cabinets, TV stands.
Wow.
If you ever need. They're based in Midrand. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say. Oh, there's a furniture store based in Midrand.
hey, bro, that's an oxymoron right there. It's a paradox.
So big shout out to Wood Steel Haven, man. Shout out to Achilla for
Wood
for
Steel
putting
Haven.
us. Yeah, Wood Steel Haven.
Shout out. We
Yeah.
love them pop-ups table.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it from now.
yeah.
I like that. I like that. Dog. Dog,
Pops table.
let's talk about the history of comedy, bro.
Yes.
After apartheid, how did it start, man?
Dog, so the nice thing about comedy in SA is that you can literally trace it back to its roots, right?
Wow.
So initially there were like 6 white guys who did all the comedy. You know, it was Mel Miller, Eddie Eckstein,
John
Joe
Flismus
Parker.
and
No,
his
this was
cousins.
before John Flismus. Way before John Flismus. I think a guy called Tony the King. There were literally 6 of them, and they controlled the entire industry.
Wow. Whoa.
And then it wasn't up until in the 90s, in the early 90s, Inor Alomidom, Ronnie Mudemol.
Oh, legend.
Ronnie. So Ronnie is fun fact. Ronnie is the first black stand-up comedian.
Are you serious?
In South Africa? Whoa. He's the first guy to do stand-up, right?
He's with Trevor now in America, ne?
No, that's Dave Kibuka. That's David Kibuka, yes.
Kibuka, yeah.
So Ronnie Mudemula, side pocket on Pure Manati show.
Yes. You know what let me down.
Yes. So he was the first black stand-up comedian. And David Gao and Kagiso Lidiga were in varsity in Cape Town watching some late night show, and they saw Ronnie Mudemula, and he was performing. And then after he performed, they interviewed him, and he was like, no, he does stand up and he gets paid. And it was then that Kagiso and David got the idea to become stand-up comedians. Oh. Yeah, so Ronnie Mudemula's first, and then comes David Gao.
That generation,
and Kagiso Lidiga.
Jeez, that's wild, dog. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know, bro. I just saw him. I thought first time I saw him was Pure Monati.
No,
the PMS show.
And it's so hectic because also a lot of comedians don't know or didn't know at the time that there was comedy. Like I didn't know about stand-up comedy, right?
Yeah.
I got introduced. I knew of comedy. I didn't know we had comedy in the country. So the first show I ever went to was a show that had Trevor and David Kibuka and Darren Moll and stuff like that. And in my research, I found out that, because you never know how guys got into comedy.
Yeah.
If you hear some of the stories, dog, like, it's so hectic. People didn't know they were comedians, like Mark Lottering. Mark Lottering went to a cousin's wedding. A cousin asked him, can you MC my wedding? Yeah. They were at this restaurant. He killed it. Like, he destroyed. And then at the end of the wedding, the restaurant owner was like, yo, I'll see you next week. Same time, same place.
Just like that?
Just like that. And for 6 weeks, Mark kept, and that's how Mark became a comedian.
Yeah.
And for Loiso Gola to become a comedian, they had career day at school, and Lloyd didn't know what he wanted to do with his life, and Mark came as a guest speaker. And Loiso Gola was like, that's what I want to do.
Whoa.
Do you know what I mean? So you hear all these stories of like how Oaks came into the industry, how it started, and you're like, we still have, all those people I've mentioned, by the way, are still alive.
Yeah,
bro.
it's still kicking, bro.
Still alive, still kicking. If you look at other countries, the UK, all of that stuff, their comedy history spans for like 200 years.
Oh,
of course.
But Rona, literally, our industry is like 20-something years old.
And there was no money back then, bro.
Nothing, bro. Nothing. Oaks had to hustle.
Yeah.
Oaks had to hustle. But now there's decent money in comedy.
Oh, decent. Listen to you.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Decent.
Decent. No,
Hey, try to book him. Not a decent fee at all. Huh? What decent, dog? Fuck out of here. Decent.
Mr. My Way.
Or the highway if you want to pay.
Yeah. How much were you getting paid? Like your first gig, do you remember?
My first gig. So that's also another thing. I didn't know you get paid in comedy, dog.
Jeez.
Oh. So how comedians get paid when they start out is because you start as an open micer.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have to prove that you're funny. And then after you prove that you're funny, then you get paid. So my first payment I ever got from comedy was a handshake.
Oh, yeah.
You know when someone, you know when someone
holds
your hand, something, you're like, huh?
Only then
And you can't look at it at the same time. Then you go in, 5 keeper. My first pay was 500 Rand cash.
Whoa.
5 100 Rand notes. I remember I got paid by Dave Kibuka at Blues Room. Because Blues Room was like one of the toughest rooms in Joburg. So I remember I did a set and I killed, bro. Wow. And Dave Kibuka came to me and he put money in my hand. Because we didn't agree on an amount. I thought I was doing an open spot.
For sure.
And then he put money in my hand. I went outside, I counted. I was like, yo, 5 clipper.
Damn. Shout out to Dave.
Yeah.
Kibuka the comedian.
And then I started figuring out.
Dave Kibuka the comedian. That's what he did, right? Shout out to him, man. Wow.
Shit, dog. Yeah. So that was my first gig, and then after that became my fee. Like, no, I'm gonna charge $500 every time I do a gig. You know, that was like my fee. You know?
Yeah.
And then I didn't know about corporate comedy, right? And I remember there was a day Darren Moll couldn't make a gig. And he phoned me. He's like, yo, can you attend this gig? I can't make it. And I was like, cool. And he's like, but it's a corporate, so you have to wear a suit. And what is your fee? I said, no, I charge $500. He's like, no, this is a corporate. You have to charge properly. I'm like, what do you mean?
Shout out to him.
He's like, no, tell them you want 2K. So literally, dog, I was like, what? I charged 2K, went to the gig. I remember my uncle even came to the gig, was sitting front row, and he was just proud because I was like, yo, man, like 2,000 rand.
How old are you now?
How old was I then?
Yeah.
This was probably like 12, 11 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And literally, that was the most money I'd ever made. And then I got to a point where I was like, no, man, I get ibala. The 5 clipper gigs, the 2,000 here and there, I was like, I can quit my job and do comedy full time.
Yeah, because he had a lot of jobs. Please tell him about all the jobs you
Hey,
did.
so
yeah.
nothing I haven't done in this world. I've handed out pamphlets on the road. I've been a call center agent.
Shout out, I've been that.
Yeah, I've sold.
Wait. You worked at a call center?
Yeah, when I was a student. Yeah.
You were taking calls?
Yeah, taking calls from England. I worked for Virgin Active. No, Virgin Mobile.
Virgin Mobile,
yeah. So their call centers are based in South Africa and the Philippines.
Yeah.
Even like British Gas.
voice?
Even British Gas. No. Just speak. Because we've got one of the best neutral accents in the world. So you just speak normally. And they're like, you speak very well. Where you from? South Africa. Oh, good. Oh, I thought you were in the Philippines. Like, nah, South African. And you deal. People are dumb in England.
Also, actually,
super dumb. Like, no, for real. Like, they would call. One will call, and I didn't know you could do this. They call to get airtime, like free airtime. Like I'm stuck on the freeway, I can't call my cousin, whatever, and you can give them £5. Free airtime.
So they had airtime advance back then.
Not even, I think it was advance. But back then, yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because airtime advance is like now.
yeah, not that advance.
So when we were
no.
custom making please call me's, they were getting advance.
Yes,
£5.
When you go, please call. I'm at the entrance. You just call.
Is a clipper, though.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, bro. Yeah, but the people there, it's like people, I forgot, who got some weird queries. The weirdest queries from England. It's like, then you realize that like South Africans are smart. Those people are dumb as fuck. I mean, I'm watching that thing, bro. Yeah, you've seen it, the docu.
Which one?
British guy. Jimmy Savile. So there's a guy.
No, I don't know. Jimmy.
Oh, you don't know it. So, Jimmy Savile, pedophile, right? This guy was literally the advisor to Prince Charles at some point. He was like a super presenter, radio jock, cool guy. They loved him to bits. He even got knighted. He got an MBE, like Order of the British Empire or whatever. He was a knight. Sir, what? The guy, people kept on saying, some people, he likes young girls, right? And he would literally go on TV and someone would ask him, what did you have for breakfast? And like, I had a young dish. She was very fine, fresh thighs, you know? Or they asked him, how's your weekend? Oh, it was amazing. I spent the whole weekend at a girls' school. My case begins next week, Thursday. And people laugh at that. Then they all get shocked when they find out the guy was a pedophile. Like, he was literally telling people.
This was years later. No, I know who you're talking about now.
That side, eh?
And the thing, his claim to fame was that he was like very. He wasn't like not controversial.
Was eccentric.
He wasn't like the common reporter.
Yeah.
He didn't dress up. He would like rock up to people. I saw the clip of the thing. But guys, people always give clues in their messaging, bro. Look at R. Kelly. For years he's been embedding messages. You know what I mean? So when you go back and you track and you check, this person's been telling us for
even
years.
Basta, Nicolele.
He probably started by charging 2Ks also. Like you. Yeah? Now he's charging onto 2Ks. Motherfucker.
It's there.
Have you used him as material? Hey, we have fun with Basta.
You took it too far with Basta. No, I don't. For some weird reason, man, in the comedy space, Amapiano hasn't become like a topic.
Oh, okay. I see.
You know, I think piano is very young. You know what I mean? But I did once use piano for a proposal at one of my shows. Yeah.
Wow.
So but like original piano.
Oh, flip.
Gong, gong, gong,
yes.
gong, gong.
Instrumental organs and
proposal, like.
So randomly, dog, this guy, I was doing a gig in PE. This guy texts me. My show's tomorrow. His birthday show's tomorrow. So I'm doing my gig in PE, flying back. This guy texts me. He's like, yo, I want to propose to my girlfriend. Can I do it at your show? I'm like, what? This is DM, Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, dog, send me your number. This guy sends me his number. I literally, at the airport, I phone him. I'm like, yo, dog, this is the next day now. I'm like, yo, so I have an idea on how you can propose. I think I'm going to do this gag. I'm going to set it up on stage. I'm going to put 2 chairs. I'm going to look for a random person in the audience. I'm going to call her up. I'm going to walk around the audience. You must just show me where you're sitting. I'm going to call her up to stage, make her sit next to me, and I'm going to do this thing with music.
Okay.
And then at the end, you're going to come onto stage. We're going to dim the lights, then you come on.
Whoa.
So elaborate plan I explained to this guy. Then I wait for him to speak. He goes, wait, is this the real Mpho-Pops? Did you not hear anything I said, dog?
That's
Like, yo, man, is it really you? I'm like, hey, dog. Dog, literally, this man rocks up to the gig. I tell him to come early. He comes early. We pull him into stage, right? Yeah. Myself and Mpho, DJ, we set this thing up, right? Where I use a bunch of piano songs to tell a story, right? It was when Shesha Keza was still, you know what I mean? Gong, 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 all those songs. So the way I set it up was I put 2 chairs on the table and I was talking about like when you buy a new car, you know what I mean? Like now you're in your new car, you're driving, this is the music, you want to play the sound. And we played like a, I can't remember what piano song we started with. But immediately after that, I'm like, you go pick up your hand. So now I'm walking in the audience. So I'm like, you get to the door and you knock, and then he plays gong, 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 gong. Yeah. You know what I mean? Then you meet that's when I lifted. I was like, oh, you're going to be, you know, the person I'm bringing on stage. Yeah. Then I'm like, but you get there, I'm like, baby, I'll gezang. Then he plays, Shesha gezang. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then she gets done. Then I took on to stage, and then while I was on stage, I was talking about like how you roll with your girl, da 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 da. And I was like, you get to a certain spot, you park your car, you get out. So I literally jump out, open the boot, and you take something out, and then we killed the lights, and then Boys to Men played. Eish. And then he walked out with the light on him, and I disappeared, and then he proposed.
And is this the real? So, dog, that means a lot of planning goes into your shows, bro.
All the time, dog.
Because to me, it just looks like you guys are just on stage talking shit.
No, it has to be a little bit of everything, dog. You gotta, because people still think comedy's made up, right? They think it's made up on the spot. So you gotta feed the audience a bit of that.
Yeah.
You know, like I play a lot, I improvise, but there's a lot of stuff that's prepared.
So in an hour set, how much would be prepared?
I'd say 70%. Yeah.
But I feel like the gold comes just from like the energy of the audience, you know?
Yeah.
That's where the best.
So the more energy you give me, the more I get to play, the more I get to, you know, the more I get to banter, the more I get to use you as a point of reference. Yeah. I like naming the audience. I like giving them random names just so I can use them as my point of reference. You know what I mean?
And have you ever met an audience like where you tanked? They were not feeling you.
Hey, dog. Hey, I once did a gig. And there was this Indian guy. And I kept hammering him. Yeah. Am I right, Rajesh? This guy was getting frustrated, bro.
Oh, for real?
He's getting super frustrated. So at some point, he goes, "You will never be Trevor Noah!" I'm like, wait, what? He goes, "You will never be Trevor Noah! You will never be Trevor Noah! You will never be Trevor Noah!" I'm like, Dad! Now it's getting serious, you know? Yeah, because it had the same vibe as keep my wife's name, you know? Your fucking mouth! You will never be Trevor Noah! Shit, bro. You know what I mean?
And you rode with it, dog.
Oh, that's cool. I had to calm the audience down, find out, hey, dog, is everything okay? I'm just playing. These are jokes. Yeah, but you will never be Trevor Noah. Yeah. Dog, anyway, that shit ended, and I did a gig in Cape Town, right? I'm in Cape Town. I meet up with Robbie Collins, right? Robbie Collins, I was doing some gig and it got cancelled. Robbie went and did a corporate gig and he died at his gig. Like he had a horrible, horrible, horrible gig. Like he died. So we meet up at this other comedy club. So Robbie's telling me, yo, bro, I just come from the worst gig. I died. These people were not feeling me. So as a gent, to make him feel better, I'm like, let me tell him the "you will never be Trevor Noah" story. You know what I mean? So we at, I think it was Beer House in Cape Town.
Yeah.
We're sitting, there's a bunch of us. So I found Robbie there. He was sitting with a bunch of people. So I'm like, yo, my boy had a rough time. Let me tell him. You know when someone tells you a story like, bro, let me tell you how bad of a gig I had.
Yeah.
So I'm telling him the story, right? And I get to the part, I'm like, you will never be Trevor Noah. And he's laughing. He's laughing loud. So I'm like, let me write it. So I keep going, you will never be Trevor Noah. And then he goes to me, shh, dog, relax. I'm like, what's wrong, dog? He's like, Ash, bro, next to me is Trevor's ex.
Hey!
And she's with the new boyfriend. And you keep going, you will never be Trevor Noah. Hey, man.
Relax.
Hey, dog. Was I not buying shots the rest of the night?
Who was Trevor's ex?
A lady.
A lady.
Beautiful, very beautiful lady.
Yeah. Let's talk about roast, dog. I've always wanted to ask a comedian, how do roasts work? Like, are those things prepared?
Roasts, yes. So, especially for like the celebrities.
Okay.
A lot of celebrities can't be just funny. So they get a bunch of comedians to write everything. So most of the celebrities like they just reading. Right?
Like
but then
auto-cue.
yes. Then you get real comedians. So I'll share a secret with you. The roast of Somizi, Skumba Hlope did not have auto-cue.
Yes, you could tell.
Of course, dog.
Skumba did not have auto-cue. Everything Skumba wasn't even at the rehearsals.
There's rehearsals.
There's rehearsals, dog. It's scripted.
Whoa.
It's scripted. There's a bunch of... So they get comedians to write content for everyone. So they'll write for the roast master, these and these people. Often comedians who are part of the panel will write their own shit, right?
Yes, naturally.
Naturally. But for the most part, most celebs get their stuff written for them.
But you could see some of them were taking it personal, dog.
No, dog, it's rough, dog. Like, it sounds like a good idea until you're there.
Nah.
For real.
And when it's your day, it's your day. There's nothing you can do about it.
So why do they act like that if they know, if there's rehearsals and they know what the joke is?
Because there's rehearsals, but then there's Boss Kumba Hlope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You anticipating these shots,
Yes.
then you get these other ones.
Professional shit.
Yeah. And also you don't anticipate the audience's reaction.
Of course.
True. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Audience.
In rehearsals,
Yeah.
it might not sound that funny.
Nah, dog. Sometimes what hurts is not what's being said, it's the way someone laughs.
Oh, yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
When people are laughing and holding on to each other.
Oh, bro, I know that from school, yeah.
That shit, it stays with you. Whenever you think about it.
Cool, brava. Just bang.
That shit stays with you, dog.
Would you do a roast, dog?
Yeah, I would do a roast. I would definitely do a roast. Because I did like the pre-roast special on Somizi's on Somizi's roast, and I thought I would be a part of the next roast. But I guess there were politics. But also, it's not just politics. People, if it's your roast, you get to decide.
Oh, you under the panel.
Who you want on the panel.
I see.
Yeah.
Would you do a roast, so?
Yeah. Oh, I'd love
He
to
has
do a
to
roast.
do a roast.
I have to do a roast. I owe the country a roast.
Let's do a
I owe you a roast.
Actually, wait.
Let's do
talk
a
about this
roast.
shit.
Let's take this show to the max.
Let's fuck.
Come on, dog. Come on. You're messing us up.
We're expanding. Different streams of income. Let's go.
Let's do it, dog. Can you make it happen for us, bro?
No, that's what I wanted to say is, gents, let's stop waiting around for people to do shit. We can do this shit.
Bro.
You don't have to call it a roast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It can be the grilling off.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Rona, I think we all wait around for when is the roast coming? When is the roast coming? Dog, we have enough material. We can roast the people that people actually want to see. Because if you look at how a roast works, they try and make sure everyone fits in. Now you've got Kurt Darren coming on.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Different demographic.
Yeah, so on the Rainbow Nation.
The Rainbow
and,
Nation,
you know,
what
the
I
whole...
mean? The last roast they had Papa Penny.
He looked off,
on.
man.
It
Yeah,
was
true.
off because I was there the day of that roast.
True.
the auto cue was like, it was a mess.
Yeah.
It was a mess. You know what I mean? So I think for us, we can we can tailor make roasts for our people.
We know our people, bro.
We know no one knows our people like we do.
And so doesn't take shit personally, so it'll be fine.
Of
man.
course.
But you took it personally with the cab driver in Cape Town.
Oh, I did it. Oh, hey. Wait, which one?
The one who was
with
just
the
doing
biggest.
weak puns.
Oh, that one, no, I was getting, that one was just, he was getting too comfortable, you know. That one was just getting too comfortable, like, you know. It was just getting too comfortable, man. Yeah, but no, bro, let's go, dog.
Let's go, man.
Let's go, bro.
I am
You
in
the
that
roast
force
master,
gig.
yeah?
Yeah.
So they're roasting me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you the roast master.
Oh, we're roasting Saul first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the roastee.
Yeah.
But I get we roast anyone, but I'm the one who's getting roasted.
Yeah.
He's a
Make
roast
it happen.
master.
It's happening.
We calls Kumba. He's scared to come on the podcast. Hope is gonna come to our grill.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll come to.
Yeah, Celeste definitely
Celeste
will come through.
Hey, this can happen tomorrow.
She's a huge chiller, bro. Celeste.
Who else?
Who else is a chiller? I know Tats Gonzo, I think, is a chiller as well.
Tats is super smart and
Tats is fucking.
Can we get John Fismus, man? He's my favorite comedian. I love John Fismus.
You love John.
I love
But
John,
he's not
man.
a comedian.
John
anymore.
Fismus.
Isn't he?
He's retired, yeah.
He's retired. John Fismus.
John is retired.
Why?
I don't know.
Dude,
I think
people run out of. I mean, how does a comedian retire? Like, do you become
but
not
that's
funny
my
when
thing,
you're
right?
60? You know, because
No,
I know how our foreman at a factory retires because you can't work when you're 60.
Or a
You know what I
soccer
mean?
player.
Or a soccer player, you can't run when you're 40 like you used to.
But the
a
older you get, with comedy, it's like wine, dog. It gets better with time. So with comedians, you get better the older you get. But I think I don't know why John decided to retire, because John is fucking amazing.
Yeah, he's
right?
incredible. He's incredible.
John is very dark, and super
dark,
intelligent, right? But I think at some point you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Maybe the audience doesn't. You know, like someone like John is very edgy. Maybe the cancel culture thing. I don't know.
Oh, true.
I don't know. Because Steve Harvey also talks about that. He goes, he quit comedy to become more PG. Right? Because Steve was also a bit edgy back. Steve
Fucked
Harvey
up,
was
you must see
very
the Def
edgy.
Jam.
Yes, when he
Yes,
still had
the oversized suits.
Chico with the
Yeah.
oversized suits. He was very edgy. But then when he started becoming this TV guy, he was like, I can't risk jeopardizing any of my TV bags. So then he shut down the comedy.
But Kevin Hart has managed to do that well.
Even
like
you.
he's still PG. Even you.
Yeah, because
You're the token black guy.
NTB, the non-threatening black guy.
Yes. They love you, bro. I can try this shit with white people, bro.
Saul. Well, I must do, if we take out a picture of Saul in the boardroom. No. Hey. You want to use him to sell what? Can't sell insurance with that face. We have you covered.
My roast has begun.
We are the NTPs, the non-threatening blacks.
Yeah.
You need a black person that crosses over, not just black and white, across all the races.
How did you do that? Because it can't just be like because you speak good English.
No, it's understanding people. I think that's why I'm an NTB. I don't think it's a looks thing. I think for me it's understanding people.
And you went to a multiracial high school.
Yes,
So,
so-
you had blacks, Indians, whites.
So for me, you can put me anywhere, I'll fit in.
Same.
You know what I mean? And that's why, like, I'm not intimidated by any type of audience. Because one of the things I was taught in the beginning was you got to be able to make everybody laugh. You can't be niche.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I must be able to put you anywhere and you must kill.
You know you went to high school with AKA.
Oh, you went to that private school?
No, primary school.
Oh, you went to private school.
Primary school, not St. John's.
No. We went to Greenside Primary together.
Greenside, just here by
Yeah,
Auckland
yeah,
Park.
no,
Yeah, see Greenside.
And they hit him with the break.
What about no shine still?
Okay, man.
Shine still, yo, Kinan.
Please tell us the story. That shit is funny, man.
Fine. It wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault.
Okay, maybe. Okay, look.
They put the brick in his hand.
So here's the thing about that story.
Yeah.
This was my first white girlfriend, right? And I know I know, like, it's not impressive now to have a white girlfriend, but this was like 94, 95.
Yeah,
you
sure
know,
was impressive back
yeah,
then.
back then it was like, you know, you were that guy in the hood.
Yeah.
Hey, boy, you
Talk you.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Talk.
I was that guy. So then I had to leave the school, right? So Kenan and I were like very good friends in primary school. Like we all had like a clique. So I left to go to another school. And obviously we couldn't keep in touch. There was no cell phones and none of that, right? And then it was his birthday. Then his mom called me to say, yo, man, it's Kenan's birthday. I'd like you to please come and surprise him. And I was like, yo, that would be dope. I haven't seen my boy in so long. I got my savings, went to Clicks, bought a Brute gift set. You know, the Brute with the aftershave. And the roll-on, you know,
Green one, actually,
you know what I mean?
The green one.
The green, yeah.
Green, there's green blue Brute, yeah.
Put in the paper bag, got to the house, Mfana, knocked on the door. Hey, my boy opened the door. I was happy to see me. You know when you haven't seen each other in long. I'm with kids, man. You know, I'll be 10, 11 years old. This man sees me like, dog. And then you know when someone's face changes from, hey, to, hey.
God.
So I'm wondering, what's going on? And then I hear a familiar voice coming around the passage. Hey, babe, who's here? Babe? Man, it claps. It's her, dog.
Yo.
It's her. And then she also looks at me like, and then she just goes, let me leave you guys. You know that moment you're like, I'm fine now, I'm done, and what, I'm gonna take my Brute set and hambe. But in the corner of my eye, it claps, jumping castle. And you know what, let me leave after the jumping castle.
Hey, that's very cute.
Because he was like, let's go talk somewhere private. I was like, I know a place. So we went the jumping castle. Chana Marwa. Boy, I need now over here. So we sorted our shit out in the jumping castle.
That shit is funny, dog. How are you now, bro? I heard you fasting now, bro.
I'm fasting now, dog. I'm taking care of myself, man. Like I'm fasting. I'm purposefully looking after myself now, cause I went through some heaviness, dog.
Yeah. So the fasting is no alcohol, no sex.
No alcohol. No sex. No. So for 40 days, right? For 40 days, you have to decide what you want to give up, right? So you write down the list of things that you want to give up, that you're not gonna partake in, and then you also. So for me, what I do is I also do like a food fast. So I don't eat between 6 and 6. I'll only drink water because I need to communicate.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a spiritual thing, man. Like, fasting brings you closer to your God. Wow. Whoever your God is, what you believe in. So it brings you closer. And yeah, I decided I need to fast, man. Because every year I do it, every year without fail. And I add something to the list. I'm giving up this, I'm giving up this, I'm giving up this, I'm giving up this. And then on the other side, you write what you would like. Do you know what I mean? The things that you're fasting for, the things that you're praying for. It's like manifestation.
What are you fasting for?
Success, health,
Bro, you
wealth.
got success, bro.
What you have that?
You know, there's so many things, man. There's things that you want to achieve in your career. There's things you want to attain. There's businesses you want to start.
What have you fasted for before? Because clearly it's not your first fast, and you actually
I fasted for
saw them
Netflix.
into fruition.
Yo.
Wow! Yeah. No wonder you killed everyone. We've been fasting. No
That was a big one, dog. Nice one, dog.
Nice
That was
one,
power,
bro.
Thank
That
you,
was
my dog.
beautiful.
Thank you.
And we're
had
not
the
just
best.
saying, we're not just saying that because it was like by far the best.
Yeah, we did say we said it on the show. I tweeted it that bro, you had the best set.
Celeste
You
was good.
then Celeste,
Yeah.
you know, then hey.
But again, I think
Tricky.
it's up to the viewer to decide. But I think what they did was try to get a balance of a bit of everyone. Do you know what I mean? There was me, there was a Celeste, there was a Skulk. I thought Skulk was pretty amazing.
He was the first one, yeah.
He didn't land with me.
Yeah, me too.
The Pimp My Ride joke didn't connect with you?
Nah, it didn't land with me.
How do you even get that gig, bro? Because that's a big bag.
Hey, dog. So the Netflix thing actually came through just before lockdown happened. So before lockdown, got the call, Netflix is interested in this and this. I was so happy, dog. It was booked in. It was supposed to happen, and then the pandemic hit, and then all of a sudden Netflix no more. So that was part of my lockdown depression, was the fact that this thing was supposed to happen, that I manifested and prayed for, and now it was cancelled. You know what I mean? Like, and literally during lockdown, that date, you know when the date pops up, or, hey, today we are shooting Netflix.
In the calendar.
And we are in level 5, and it's just rough, you know what I mean? But then as time went by, that conversation was revisited, and I was like, oh, thank God this is still happening.
So Netflix hits you guys up.
Yeah. So what happens is, there's Netflix, and there's obviously the production company.
Okay. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So the Netflix people reach out to you to be like, yo, we're doing something like this in the country. Would you be interested? Bruh. That time you're trying to sound like you're not crying on the phone. No.
I'll take it.
Let me think about it.
Let me think. I'll call you back.
And then the production company reaches out to you to say, okay, cool, we want to do a Netflix. And Netflix people are like proper, bruh. Like, they proper. They've got proper budgets. They've got proper ways of working.
Got a trailer.
Like everything is proper with Netflix. Because we did the special during lockdown, right?
Oh, wow.
At a time when you couldn't get more than 50 people in a venue.
Yeah.
So we didn't have time to practice, because comedians need to practice, dog. You can't just
get on stage.
You can't just, especially when you're recording a set. You know, you got to make sure it works. And
it's Netflix, bro.
And it's Netflix, bro. And all of us have been sitting at home. Comedy's like a muscle, bro. You gotta keep training it. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep growing your set,
Craft.
your craft. So we'd come from like months of like just sitting and not doing anything, just doing online shows and dying online.
Yeah, those online shows didn't end. I saw you guys were trying.
They weren't there.
They weren't
Niggas are going on live twerking, and that has more numbers.
I'll be so flames with those online shows, bro. Those things didn't turn out right. But we eventually got the call, and then what Netflix did was they set up like a few gigs for us to like practice.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So they set up minor pop-up shows, and then that's how we sort of developed.
How does that change your life? Because Netflix is like all over the world, bro.
Yeah, that's the dope part, is how global it is. So the special went out to 190 countries.
Jesus.
So it's nice getting messages from people from like, hey, watching you from the UK, hey, watching you from Amsterdam, hey, watching you from here, you know? And then the bookings start coming, you know? So I'll be touring soon.
Yeah. But dog, if that's happening in your life at that time, and this is during tough times, during lockdown, I don't understand. How do you get into depression, bro?
Bruh. Depression is the weirdest thing, dog, because it's like the one moment you're winning. The one moment everything is so dope, and then out of nowhere, it's just downhill, bruh. Doesn't matter how much you're winning, doesn't matter where you are with your life. Once it hits, bruh. So for me, what really got to me is that at the height of me winning, bro, like last year I had the Netflix special.
100%.
You know, working, doing a lot of corporate work. I had a TV show that I hosted, you know, about marriage and all that stuff. So I was on a TV show. I was doing Entangled.
Yes.
So there's all these things for me to be winning, bro. But I am tired. I am burnt out. I am going through stuff, do you know what I mean? And what do we try and do? We try and work through it, right? But at some point, the depression goes from being something that's mental to being something that starts being physical. Where you literally feel it every day. You're not sleeping properly. When you wake up, it feels like your brain just carries on from where you were, right? So you start seeking like medical help, and you get things to cope. Antidepressants and anti-anxiety meds, right? But those can only carry you up to a certain point. Doesn't make the thing go away. So the depression it stays with you. And the more you manifest, like, because your thoughts start going dark, right? And it keeps going, and it keeps growing, and it keeps growing. And for me, I never got a chance to rest, bro.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I've been through some hectic shit. And I've been working, you know, because you want to work. You want to collect all the bags. You never want to go broke.
You got to provide for your family.
And there were times where I was like, I need to take a break. But I couldn't because I was always chasing the next bag. And the next bag. And the next bag.
Because that's what we taught, right?
Yeah, that's what we taught. Be the provider.
In the industry, when you're hot, you got to take all the
Yes,
that's
exactly.
One of the biggest things is when you're hot,
maximize.
But then, you know, if you've been hot for a long time.
Yeah. We're still waiting to be hot.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
I know it's going to come when you drop the piano track.
Remember we went through an episode and I was like, during when Ricky passed away.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I spoke to a celebrity the day before we shot.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking about he's checked into a mental...
Yes,
that was me.
That was Mpho Pops.
Yeah, that was me. So I remember when the whole Ricky thing happened, man, I think I was a week in. And I remember when the news dropped, like it hit me, bro. But I was like, I'm so glad I'm here right now. Because that could have easily been me, right? Yeah. Because I come from a line of my dad committed suicide, right?
Whoa, bro.
So when I was young, my dad committed suicide.
Jeez.
And I've seen what suicide can do to a family, right? And for years, I would blame this dude, like, you know, if you didn't take your life, we would have been here now. We would have had so many things. I could have been this. You know, when you go into varsity and you're catching 2 taxis in the heat and you're getting to varsity, you don't have money for varsity. I worked to pay for my varsity, you know what I mean? Working at home and all these places.
Call centers.
And you're just like, because when my dad was here, he was nice with it, you know, like he made dough. So you're just like, our family could have been in a better position, wada. And then you get older and you start realizing.
And you also question, like, didn't you love me enough?
Yes.
Was that the reason you took yourself the pressure to provide for me? That's
what you go through. And I saw what it did to me. I saw what it did to my siblings. But I made a vow, right? I made a vow that no matter how rough things get in my life, I would never do that. So for me, that's always been a non-negotiable. But it doesn't mean that doesn't plague you, right?
100%.
Because when you're going through a depression, bro, like, it's intense, man. Like, and it can come from many things, right? People who betray you, your thoughts, because your thoughts turn dark as well, right? And I remember someone was also talking about the fact that these voices in your head that won't stop. And people think it's like just random voices, but it's actually just you. It's what you choose to sort of keep replaying over and over and over and over. And a lot of us don't want to deal with the fact that we have any type of trauma. You carry it with you, but what do? We start using coping mechanisms.
Drinking.
You drink, you take drugs, you engage in sexual activity, you gamble, you do anything but deal. With what you're going through. And then we don't realize that those patterns and those behaviors also like change our normal habits. You know, now you're not sleeping properly. Now you're not eating properly. And that just makes it worse and worse and worse. And with us in entertainment, there's also the pressure to be hot. Yeah. Right? There's always the pressure to be on top.
You're only as good as your last show.
You're only as good as, literally, comedy's like that. You are only as good as your last show. You know you've done well when you get bookings from your last shows. You know what I mean? So there's always the pressure to be on. Then there's the pressure to provide for everyone. When you're the breadwinner, there's pressure to provide. Yeah.
And not just for your family, but like your whole family.
My whole family, dog. Because also, part of the thing you go, I don't want to do what my dad did. So I want to look after everyone. And like I'm a chronic people pleaser, bro. So you want to make sure you look after everyone, even if it's at your own detriment.
How many people are you looking after now?
My whole family, dog.
Whoa.
My whole family. I'm my family's last line of defense. So that's also another pressure that you put on yourself. You go, if something happens to me, what happens to everyone else? Do you know what I mean?
That's a lot, dog.
You know what I mean? And that's a pressure you put on yourself. And the truth of the matter is your family will be fine. But because you grow up going, there's shoes I need to fill. I need to make sure this person is sorted. I need to make sure this person goes to school. I need to make sure moms are sorted. I need to make sure this is sorted. You know what I mean? So you put that pressure on yourself. And when you don't take care of yourself and you're constantly worrying about other people, that also makes you slip into a depression.
What do you think happened to Ricky?
Dog, I think, honestly speaking, I think none of us could ever fathom the pain that man was in. Because on paper, like I said, on paper, it seemed like Ricky was winning.
He's winning, yeah.
You are the face of a bank. I think Cotton Fest tickets were like something % sold out.
Yeah, it was going to be sold out. I mean, he's huge.
Ricky's had Porsches and he's got a barbershop. He's driven Porsches and Ferraris. And Ricky has lived the life that most of us desire to
100%.
live. That's why most people turn around and go, but Ganja.
Yeah.
Truth of the matter is, dog, if you have traumas that you haven't dealt with, those traumas will haunt you. You know, and you can't distract yourself from those traumas. You have to deal with them. You have to
head on.
You have to come face to face with yourself. You know what I mean? So I don't know what happened in Ricky's case, but I think at some point it became too much, and none of us can fathom what a person was going through at the time.
What dark thoughts were you having? You said thoughts turned darker.
Dog, you know, sometimes you get so tired and so broken, right? Like I was burnt out, so I started the year with like, just coming off being backstabbed and all of this stuff. So there were certain things I had to do, and I found myself also just like having what do you call this? Like financial trauma. You know, let's call it that. And I had to get myself into a place where I worked myself to the bone. So at some point I just became despondent. I just work. And I burnt out. Yeah, last year I burnt out twice, bro.
Damn, dog.
You know, even when I did recover and I was fine, I couldn't stop. I was still in that motion of like, keep going. Not eating right, not sleeping on time. Whenever I get a gap, that's also another thing. You have to learn to take care of yourself. Because when you don't, whenever you have a gap, you're like, what do I do? You know, then that's how you end up binging or, you know, drinking or, doing all of that stuff. So I literally got to a point where I was just despondent, bro. Like I said to you, the depression got so heavy, it became physical. Like where you'd wake up and you'd feel sore, man. Like you'd feel hungover. And for me, I got to a point where I was just like, not suicidal, but like, I wouldn't mind if I died. Do you know that feeling where you're like, where you're like, I could actually just,
why not?
Yeah. But because of the vow that I made to myself, I was like, I'll never bring myself to that point. But you get to a point where you're just like, you're just physically tired and you're physically broken. And I'd be on stage and I started loathing the thing that I love. Dog, I love what I do.
Yeah.
Comedy is my love. The love.
Hey, that's when you know that's a red flag. When you start hating
my
what you
biggest
love.
my biggest red flag was not enjoying what I was doing.
Yes, because that's what's supposed to give you life, dog.
And the people can't tell, right?
Yeah.
No, watching you.
No, that's the thing, was we wear masks, guys.
Yeah.
We put on, and that's what I feel like Ricky did. Ricky had this mask because everyone that talks about Ricky is like, he was the most humble guy. He made
like a
time
saint.
for me. He's the saint, bro. He looked after. He was more worried about everyone else. But at some point, he had to get home and take off that mask. So we all wear masks, bro. So for me, literally, you'll come to one of my shows, you'll have the best of time, but you don't know what I'm dealing with.
Hey, dog.
Hey, bro.
You know what I mean? Like this past Saturday, I did a show for people, but I just come from emceeing a funeral. Do you know what I mean? Of my best friend's sister. It was essentially my little sister.
And they don't care, bro.
People, they don't know what you're going through. So I had to literally walk onto stage and put on a mask and rock for 30 minutes and then get off.
That can't be human, bro.
It's not.
That can't be normal.
And I think
that's not normal,
I think
bro.
that's also one of the things that messed me up, man. Because people, like I always say to people, I'm not just a comedian, I'm an emotional DJ.
I like that.
That's what I do, right?
like
Because when I'm on stage, I make you think, I make you laugh, I make you gag. There's so many things I do, right? So therefore, I know how to control emotions. So I do that with myself. And I think that's what's also messed me up over time, is that I can make myself cry. I can make myself stop feeling. And like I can literally switch my feelings on and off. And the problem with that is you bottle everything inside. So the day it comes out and it explodes.
Who backstabbed you, dog?
Hey,
Mpho Pop's getting backstabbed. He's been in the game for like more than 10 years, bro. How do you get backstabbed? If you got backstabbed, there's no hope for us.
Nah, bro. A nice guy like you also. Backstabs Mpho Pops.
Hey, gents. It's funny. It's not just in the music industry, man. It happens in every industry. You know, where people will literally backstab you. Your management will backstab you.
But your management was family, though.
No, before then. Yeah.
So this backstabbing was management.
Yeah. So the first time I got backstabbed was management, and you know when you find out after the fact that someone's been chowing you, someone did this on your name, this was happening, this that, and at that point,
where's Fisa? He's Soul's manager. Is he backstabbing?
His family. It's Fiso's family. There's
family
he's
can
transparent.
backstab you, dog.
Fiso's transparent. He's a window. He's transparent, Fiso, bro.
No, but
very
that's the
transparent.
thing,
But
dog. You
have to trust someone at the end of the day.
That's the thing, right? And one thing I learned, man, is I'm a very trusting person.
Sure.
And I put a lot of faith in people, and I trust people. Especially when you're in my immediate circle. I trust you. I'm open with you. Like
most creatives are like that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
We. That's why I say we emotional people. We go. This is a good person I can trust.
Yeah.
And then it's those people, those very people, that will turn around and backstab you.
Didn't you get exploited by Mzansi Magic or something with the comedy shows you did?
Mzansi? No.
Was it One
Mzansi
Magic?
and I are fine.
Was it One Magic?
No.
We're nice.
But someone wrote
We are entangled, Mzansi and I. We are nice.
Family.
Yay.
Yeah.
Multi-choice. We are nice.
So no one has rocked you?
Hey man, I've been rocked, dog. I've been rocked by management. I've been rocked by people that used to work with me. You know, you get people that will just work with you. No, I'm gonna do this for you, and then they'll rock you, bro. People will take your things. They will chow your money. You know what I mean? And then you find out after the fact that, oh no, while this was happening, this person was actually doing this. While this was happening, this person was doing this. And it hurts because you trusted these people out of the kindness of your heart, right?
Yeah.
You find out later, hey, this guy, when I was this, he was busy chowing that.
Hey, entanglement for real. You.
So it happens, bro.
But right now, how's your management? I know you got a vendor guy working for you in good hands.
Dog.
Vendors, we don't fuck up, eh?
I'm not myself a man, dog.
Now here are the people, Fumani. When the guys fuck up. No hands.
I've got myself
No hands.
I've got myself a Mac. I've got a vendor who doesn't speak much vendor.
Yeah. Sounds like me.
And I work with him and we have a great relationship. Man. Yeah, because over the years it's been disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. Because I not only work in the comedy space, but I've also worked in advertising, and I've been part of pitches where we've won clients that are huge, and then you end up being rocked by those people.
Hey, man. It's
You know?
life, though, isn't it?
It happens, bro. I remember being in the pitch for one of the biggest telco companies, and we were part of the pitch phase. We worked with the agency and all of that.
Yeah.
And it was like there were all these promises that were made.
Yeah.
And you know us, we trust here. We don't trust here. We don't do paperwork.
Yeah.
And there were certain things promised, but when the client landed, those things disappeared.
No signal.
No.
Drop that fucking thing of yours.
I was going to ask him, why did he go to Ambitious? but let's go to your family now, dog.
Yes.
You got a daughter.
Yes.
I just got a daughter.
Yeah.
Hey, man, why didn't you tell me it's amazing? Last time, that's how much shit has changed. Last time I didn't have a daughter, now I got one.
Yes, dog.
Yeah.
Since the last interview.
I've got a daughter. She's turning 10 in about 2 or 3 months.
Beautiful.
She's grown, man.
She's grown,
Beautiful,
man.
bro.
She's a fully grown, beautiful human being with her own opinions and.
How amazing are daughters, dog.
Oh man, daughters Here's what I love about daughters. Daughters become independent from a very young age. So I used to fight with Imani about getting her dressed for school.
Imani.
Yeah, that's
Beautiful
the name. Imani. It's Swahili for faith.
Yeah.
So in the mornings when she was like 3 or 4, we would fight about like, no, you're gonna wear this. She'd be like, no, I wanna wear my tutu with my leggings and my. And I remember at some point I took her to school and I tried to apologize to the teacher. I go, yo, man, like I know, like this doesn't make sense. And they were like, no. You have to encourage them to be independent. So let her do things herself. And with her, I've never had a baby phase. Like we've spoken our whole relationship.
Yeah.
Daughters, girls are just smarter than us.
Yeah.
Right? They are emotionally intelligent. They way ahead. Their emotional intelligence is way ahead of ours.
100%.
That's why they say there's like a 4-year gap,
years.
4 or 5 year
Yes.
gap. So with Imani, I saw it from when she was a baby, bro. Like girls are very like sophisticated when they're young. They like their space. They like doing they're very meticulous about I don't like this. I want this there. Boys are just like
Jumping castles one way.
Mama. Don't touch that axe, mama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm worried about school fees, man. How much you paying school fees?
Yo, school fees. Hey, dog. Hey, school fees. We'll show you flames, bro.
How much you paying?
80K.
You 80K
A month.
A year. Hey, a month.
Yeah.
Wanna say homeschooling? Hey, I'll teach you myself. Hey, but we saw flames. Lockdown. Grade 2 maths was dribbling me. Lockdown. It was, dog. Yeah, I forgot how to do fractions.
8K a year is not bad.
Yeah, but that's primary. That's grade 4, standard 2, grade 4. Yeah. Where we're gonna see flames is high school, bro.
Nah.
Yeah, high school you're looking at 250.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what happened to your ex, Golden Rose?
Listen, I think in life you get into a relationship, things are great.
Yeah.
And at some point you just grow apart, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you both want
He's
different
been practicing
things.
that.
Yes. Did you see that media training? She's a great human being. We had fun when we were together.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
And
Let me show you. Yo.
What is she, an artist? Sounds like an artist. Golden Rose.
Banging.
so like I was saying,
Hot.
things didn't work out. We went in different directions.
I think she's with
We
AKA
grew
now.
apart.
Yo. Stina was 2.
Guy!
Stina was 2.
Nadia! I tried to solve.
You should have said Nadia.
Nadia, Kokai.
Can't be
Let me increase
Golden
my brightness. Look at her, dog. Look at her.
So
You ever seen
that's
anything
the
this
thing.
beautiful? That's cool.
Like I said,
Golden Rose.
very, very beautiful person.
She's hot, she's
Not
pretty.
just on the outside, on the inside
Oh,
too.
beautiful.
But I guess you grow apart. You want different things out of life and out of each other.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. It just didn't work out.
Don't your the people that you date think you work too much? Because I'm sure you're never home, bro.
Yeah. But you have to have someone in your life who understands that.
Nah.
Right? Because the problem with us is like now you guys are on. You know what I mean? Back in the day it was easy when the podcast started and it was just you miking me, getting my tea. Catmaster, they holding the iPhone.
No gigs in sight.
No gigs in sight. Now you go from that to boom. Now you're being booked.
My woman can't handle it, eh?
Do you know what?
She can't
Shame,
adjust, bro.
But she has to understand that this is your making it phase.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to get to a point where you're making the right decisions, where you don't have to take everything. Right now, you guys are on, dog. You have to take everything. That's how you ended up not meeting Tom Cruise. You know? This is like, Tom Cruise, okay. Hey, Sol, on birthday. I send my kick. High five. I six.
Yeah.
At some point, your body's gonna go, whoa, relax.
Come.
Utom uteni.
Hey, this nigga's a chiller, bro.
Hey, bro.
When we get there, just say.
hey.
Has that ever happened to you? That Tom Cruise kind of vibe to you, bro?
I'm trying to think now.
Hey,
but
that was a wild
Where
story.
they said there's an opportunity and you got scammed when you get there or something like that. And fan just wanted to meet you.
One of my first jobs was one of those.
Yeah.
One of my first jobs, they told us we're going to be selling insurance. That's great.
Yeah.
6,000 a month.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I went in my matric dance suit to the interview.
Yeah.
I came in, they're like, you look the part, hired. I was like, just like that. They were like, go into the other room, fill out some forms. When I get into the other room, there's like 20 other people. I'm like, guys, what's going on? Like, no, we just got hired. Oh, you too. Hired. And then they give us these forms with clipboards, dog.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay. Can we just get you guys into groups of 5? So like, okay, Anton, I know. You know, since we've been chatting, since we've been in this waiting room, I know, let's all roll. Okay, first group, you are going to Germiston. Second group, you are going to Albertine. Going. What do you mean? A van will come pick you up. Vanny. Dog, now we're in the back of a bakkie. I'm in my matric dance suit, dog, and it was cream white. Now I'm in the back of a bakkie with a pamphlet, with a clipboard, and those insurance forms. So you know when you're in town and there's someone comes with a clipboard, hey, unayo funeral cover. Mamele ngakugcwalisela those guys, dog. They dispatch us to some office park. Now there's no people walking around, so we have to like knock at office doors. Hey, hi, funeral cover, like hi.
Hey, you've seen it all, dog.
Hey, dog. Hey, I quit that day, dog. I think after the third knock, I was like, no ways, man. No ways. This suit was too down.
They still go to Summit, dog.
What?
Yeah.
What is that? Bro, he's ND. Remember, what are you?
What?
No, you are NDP. Remember, it's NDP, dog.
NDP.
Can't answer. It's NDP. Can't answer that one. What is Summit?
Like the global summit where we meet for jokes and stuff. Oh yeah, we have like a global summit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I feel like I didn't see you there, dog.
Well, what do you mean? Dog, if you sing Maps Maponyane, only Krenjo ends a change little manja someone. Pops! What are you doing out here? Abantu baphize move. Pops saying, Krenjo shall live. Now you maybe if you said the grand, you know, yeah.
Summit's not your vibe.
What?
Hey, do you want me to pull out the receipts, dog?
What receipts, dog?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're grand more than Summit?
No, not even the grand. I don't know what you're talking about. Right? Oh, that place, Sumit. Oh, yes.
Yes, but
No.
Oh, you're
so let me
too
just
royal for us. You're too royal. Why don't you just pop off there?
It's too royal.
It's too royal.
Yeah.
Let's just park there and let the man.
Eyes on fire.
Top 5 best comedians to look out for right now.
Yeah.
Give me the names.
Globally or
Let's do SA, man. We
SA,
care about
bro.
SA, man.
SA.
Local. Keep it local. Local is
SA.
lacquer.
local is like
SA ones, bro.
Because comedy has died, actually. Let's be honest. Since lockdown,
No
bro.
way.
I wouldn't
guys,
say,
bro.
Nah, there's
no
so much
way.
comedy out
There's
there.
so
much comedy.
There's
I haven't seen
comedy.
anything.
So there's comedy.
I'm gonna give you my top 5, like the people that I love and adore. Celestine Dooley, number 1. Skumba Big Bang, Tsitsi Chumia, Loiso Matinga.
He's incredible.
Loiso Kola.
Loiso Matinga is incredible.
He writes for Trevor as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does correspondence.
Daily Show.
Daily Show, yeah.
I don't know if that's still happening, but he
He's one of the writers.
But he's also one of the writers, right?
Yes.
And then there's a girl. Oh no. Guys, no, wait. Pull back.
Okay.
There's a guy from Durban called Calvin Goldstone.
Gold star.
Yeah, dog pound for pound, and he's a Christian comic. Wow. Like he doesn't swear, very clean.
Oh wow.
So he's like, honestly, right now he's a beast on stage. If you ever get a chance to watch Carvin, please do yourselves a favor. Then there's KG Mohadi.
I've heard of KG.
KG, Cape Town guy. So these are both big guys, right?
Oh, I know KG.
Yeah, KG.
Yes.
He's got like a pace.
Oh, he's funny, dog.
KG.
You love KG.
Funny.
Oh, he's funny, bro.
Funny.
Dry,
The
but
guy
like,
with the scooter.
In a slow to.
He once did a joke about, I forgot, duckies or illnesses on Insta. No, not him.
Duckies and illness. So that just sounded so bad.
Illness.
I
I forgot.
About ducky.
Corona, man. Illness. Alostro. No, bro, I think I know the guy. KG.
Hey, man, where does that Alostro thing come from? I hear like I say it all the
No,
time.
Alostro's it's from that video with the guy where they were interviewing a bunch of guys.
Yeah, like Nyaupe, like some on Nyaupe,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like some homeless guys or
Yes.
something, like living in a shelter or something.
They were living in a shelter.
Yes,
and
during
then
lockdown.
they were asking them relevant questions, and then this guy came out of nowhere like, "Yeah, they don't want to say that some of them here have a loss."
I think I
And
know
the way they dealt with it, dog. Have you ever seen when someone hits you but doesn't lose focus on the camera? No, we just need food parcels in here. And they dealt with that lost
Yeah, bro, big time.
You know, it's
I think it's withdrawal symptoms. He was trying to say that.
Alostro's
Kid
like,
withdrawals.
Kid withdrawals.
Oh, get him with throw.
Yeah.
Like when you had Alostro Kosami. Pops, Gwen! Pops! Pops!
All right, let's go. We're going to play One Must Go. The comedy edition. Eh?
Yeah.
One comedian must go. Loyiso Gola versus David Cow.
Love Uncle Dave. And I'm forever grateful for everything he's done and the platform he's created for us. But right now, what Loyiso Gola is doing in the UK, bro, is just phenomenal, bro.
So David must go.
So unfortunately, I'm going to have to say, like it's with a sad heart that I must say, Uncle Dave must go.
Bro, how come you were never part of PMS, Pure Mnati Show?
I was young, bro. I was in school, yeah.
That would have been
I
dope.
watched PMS growing up.
Yeah,
And
we
I-
all did, dog.
I was like,
That thing was legendary, man.
that was my introduction of South African comedians. Because until then, like I said, I didn't know comedy existed. Loy was the young guy when PMS started, and he had like your new sound guy, he had a Konji King Secret Soke Jurek. Yeah, but the original ones, the ones with the mud. Not this one. It's up nice. No, he had the
Please show him on camera. Man.
Yeah.
So I can see.
Yeah.
Please show him.
Yeah, these
The
Jureks
inside
with
sound guy.
a small ponytail at the back.
Small body.
What is in there? Is that like excess hair? What? Is it a roll? What is in there? And what is this for? Like for waves? Okay.
He does sound waves.
Drop it,
Oh,
drop
now
it,
you
drop
beep
it,
beep. Now you beep because it's payday. Tina's PPD.
Alright, cool. Trevor Gumbi's Kumba.
Oh man, you see, these are so personal because all these people are my friends. Like friends.
And you know, comedians, they don't have beefs. There's no beefs in comedy.
No, there's no beef in comedy. But pound for pound, Gumbi. You know what I love about Gumbi? Gumbi takes it there.
Yeah.
You know, like he's not afraid. He's not.
Balls of steel.
Nah.
He's not afraid, and he doesn't mind disgusting an audience. Like really.
That's
But that's to challenge them. You know what I mean? It's also just to, like, you know, when someone dips their foot in the pool, you want to see, okay, how far can I go with you guys? Can I actually dive in? So kudos to Trevor for the bravery. But Skumba, come on, man. Skumba's funny every day, though.
Yeah, true.
Every day, Monday to Friday, gigs on the weekends. You know what I mean?
But I feel like-
fastest ticket selling comedian in the country.
I feel like there's a guy like that in every hood.
There is, but most guys don't have the thing to go into comedy and do it.
Oh,
so Skumba's
like a profession.
Skumba's an anomaly because you know, like for me, my older brother is way funnier than me. Dog. For real. My big brother is pound for pound funny, but he's a banker. Do you know what I mean? Like he's brilliant at it.
He's banking notes, he's banking jokes.
You know what I mean? But if you had to put us head to head, just
that was a good one, guys. That was a good one. That was a good one.
No one. Dog, what? No. No,
we're trying to
dog.
move on.
No.
Banking notes, banking jokes.
That sounded like a campaign line for a bank that's trying to come back. Sambo. Banking notes. Banking jokes.
And then the intern found it funny. You're hired.
He has.
You're hired. Yeah.
No, so Skumba, dog.
Yeah, Skumba. Yeah, fuck
So
Skumba.
Trevor,
I've never actually seen him live on stage.
live.
You've never seen Skumba live?
No, I've just seen the radio stuff.
Brilliant, man.
I just see the radio stuff.
Do you understand Zulu?
A bit.
Okay. No, but Skumba's nice because he mixes. Dog, I'm gonna make sure you see Skumba live, dog.
Look, if I could do an episode with my babutsi, 2 hours of...
Thursday. What? What? Yes, and then you don't put subtitles. What? Yes. And you just like,
Celeste and Tuli Tumi Mirake.
Celeste.
Must go.
No, Celeste must stay.
Celeste
To me,
must
go. Again, it's one of those, like, you see the way you're asking these questions, I must say the structure is more like who's currently hot and who was hot and sort of paved the way.
Oh.
So David Gao paved the way for Loy's hot now, for someone like a Loy, because Loy was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
A Trevor Gumbi paved the way for someone like Skumba, because Trevor got away with so much on stage. That's why Skumba can get away with so much, right? And then you look at someone like Tumi Morake.
Yeah.
Tumi Morake is that first black female comedian. Out of all this, she's the first black female.
Is it?
Yes. Wow. So she's like because she used to roll with all the PMS guys. You know what I mean? The Chris Forrest and all of them. So Tumi is the first, but right now, the person who's really doing the most, the person who's touring, the person who's connecting with the audience more is Celeste.
Yeah, man. I liked Celeste, but after the interview, I loved David more, man.
Dog, Celeste.
Oh,
Celeste is incredible.
Amazing.
She's
amazing.
Hey, so was Catching Feelings, that app.
Yeah.
Celeste. It was like that Ghana app where he kept laughing closer to the guy.
Hey, that kind of episode was... I only saw it when it was airing.
And he had that cringe eye.
I lost, bro.
bro.
Okay, here we go. Donovan and Jason Goliath.
Donovan and Jason Goliath. Ooh, that's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Oh, that is a tough one.
Nah.
I'll tell you why I say that's a tough one. Donnie's like the advertising... like he's well put together from an advertising
Is that
background.
the big guy, ne?
No, Donovan is the light skin. They're both light skin, but he's like the paler version.
Yes,
and he's from Mthatha. So don't forget, these two are not brothers.
They're not.
No, they're just Goliaths who met and decided, let's do this thing.
Whoa!
Yeah. That's why Ili Goliath and Goliath.
Oh, right.
Not Goliath and Sons.
Oh, yeah. Flip, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Donnie's from the Eastern Cape. That's why Donovan speaks fluent Xhosa. Fluent Xhosa. Then we've got Jason, who's a proper Joburg dude. So they've met and decided they're gonna form Goliath.
It's working.
Then there's Nicholas Goliath. I think by 3.
Yes.
So Nicholas Goliath is Jason's brother. Jason is the big
one, ne?
big Goliath. And then there's Donnie. So Donnie's got very like creative advertising punchlines.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Like
It's an advertiser's dream.
yes.
Okay.
But then you've got Jason, who's more like hood funny, street funny.
Yeah.
And so this one's very hard. I would choose Jason.
Jason must stay, ne?
Yeah,
Because he about the arts, ne?
Yeah, dog. I'm about pound for pound funny.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and Jason is that guy who's he's funny, bro. Donovan is. Don't get me wrong. They're both funny, but you've got prepared funny and just like off the
natural.
cuff.
Yeah.
I'm a more natural guy.
Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle.
Chris must go, bro.
Chris must go, ne?
Chris must go. Chris must go, dog. Dave Chappelle is a comical genius.
Did you ever meet him?
Yeah.
You met him?
I met Dave Chappelle.
Whoa.
I met Dave Chappelle. I remember I went to go watch his show at Monte Casino when he was here.
Yeah.
And because the Monte Casino staff knew me when I walked in, they're like, I don't know, come into the booth. Yeah. So you see those private suites on the side?
Yes.
Where people watch like
yes.
I was there. Dog. And when Dave walked in, he did this.
Yeah.
I was on my knees. Chappelle said what up to me. And then I remember I was leaving. So after the show, I was already done, bro.
Yeah.
Then when I was leaving the show, so the guy who manages Trevor here in South Africa, Ryan Harduth, Ryan was like, yo, where you going? I was like, no, I'm going home. Like, my night was done. Saw Chappelle. He acknowledged me when he walked in. He's like, no, we're having like an after thingy where we're having drinks with Chappelle and his team. Do you want to come? I was like, what? Of course, yes, dog. Wow. And I went, it was somewhere in Monte Casino. And yeah, Dave was there with his, he has like this Bluetooth speaker, you know, like that last number JBL. Yeah. So he had the speaker there and they were playing their own tunes, chilling with his team. And I remember sitting on the other side with the other comics, just staring at him.
Wow.
Like I'm not easily starstruck.
Yeah.
Bro, I kept looking away.
In awe.
And the woo, yeah. He looked at me, just looking, yeah, cool, yeah.
Hilarious. So what makes that guy like a comedic genius?
Bro, like, it's everything, bro. So before I get there, so at some point we bump into each other. I think I was going to the bathroom and he was coming back. And then we bumped into. I was like, thank you for everything you do for us. You're like the Jay-Z of comedy. Like, hey, yo, man, thanks. I appreciate that, homie. And I walked away going, is that what I could say?
Shit up, baby.
You're the Jay-Z of stand-up. What the fuck? Why would I say that to Dave Chappelle? I could have referenced any... But what makes him that, bro, is so many things, dog. Dave has a way of talking about current social problems and making them funny. Yeah. Right? So there's certain things comedians won't talk about. Because religion, politics, cancel culture, the communities that exist.
Yeah.
So Dave challenges it head on. But his stuff is so clever that he can get away with saying so much. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? There's a controversial joke where Dave goes, I'm so badass with my jokes, I write them backwards. Like, I write the punchline first, and I put, so I put I have a bowl in my house, and I just put random punchlines in. And he says, and I pick one out, and then I make a joke around the punchline. And in that particular thing, the punchline was, so I kicked her in the pussy. So, you say something like that, the audience goes, that's not funny.
Yeah.
Then he comes and he does this whole story about this woman who accused this kid of doing something back in the day, back in the day during slavery. Yeah. Some white woman accused this kid of whistling at her, and this kid was like, he was killed. Like, he was the KKK came, hung him, kidnapped him, killed him, whatnot. And then years later, this lady admitted on her deathbed, that that boy didn't do anything. I lied. Because that thing became a big thing because the boy's mom decided to have an open casket for his funeral because she wanted people to see
the damage,
and the pain
right?
he
went through. Yeah.
So years later, this lady in her deathbed what. Finally, Edmund said, okay, that boy didn't what.
Shit.
And then that's when Dave says, so I kicked her in the pussy.
Now it's funny.
Now it's funny because you're like, yeah, she deserves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when he first said it, and that's what most comedians won't do. The moment you feel the tension in a room when you say something wrong, people backtrack. Okay, let me say something funny. Let me go to the next thing. But someone like Dave Chappelle can sit in a room of silence and like discomfort until he makes you laugh at the thing that he says, I'm gonna do. That's just genius.
That's genius.
Bill Cosby?
You know what I mean?
Genius.
How was it when you met Bill Cosby?
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
They call me Bill Cosby now.
Dog, it was so magical, man, because it was before the allegations and stuff like that.
Thing, yeah.
So I was doing a documentary overseas. It was my first time in America. I was losing my mind. And they were like, we want you guys to meet a famous comedian. We drove to Beverly Hills, and they didn't tell us who we're going to meet, right?
Yeah.
And I remember...
When you say we, it's just...
So it was myself. There was another comedian from... So they went to basically third world countries.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
You know,
Gotcha.
that was the whole point of the thing. Is, let me go see what comedy is like in India. Let me go see what it's like in South Africa. It was hosted by Hassan Minhaj.
Okay.
So he's like a famous American comedian. And he went to India, and then he came to South Africa, and then he invited 2 comedians back.
I get you.
To the States, right?
Yeah.
And then we went to Bill Cosby's house, but they didn't tell us we're at Cosby's house. So like, man, there's a famous comedian we want you to meet. We got there, and they're like, please, whatever you do, don't look at the walls as you walk in.
Whoa.
So you're walking in, but I can see, in the corner of your eye goes, these are pictures of black people that my eyes keep catching. Like, who is this black person?
Who are you hoping it is?
At the time, I didn't know, dog.
Okay,
yeah, And then when I looked up, I was like, no way, we're in Cosby's house. And I heard his voice coming from the car. I was like, bro, my mind was blown, bro. And he was nice, man. We sat outside his house.
Yo!
So we were in his house, then we went into the garden, we sat, interviewed us. And at that time, he was old, bro. He's old now, but he was old at that time. And to your point, what you said earlier, this man was on tour, bro. You know? And he was telling us the thing of like, you only get better with time. Because your audience wants to know from you when you're in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 80s. It was dope.
Which other comedians have you met? Bill Burr?
I met Bill Burr.
Oh,
dude,
he's
funny.
Yeah.
Funny. I met Dane Cook.
Dane Cook, I don't know him.
You don't know Dane Cook?
No.
He holds the record for the longest comedy set in the world.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
How long was that?
So Dave Chappelle used to hold it at 6 hours and 40 minutes. Dane Cook is at 7 hours.
Damn.
Whoa.
That's 7 hours on
hectic.
stage, just carrying on.
Just carrying on, no? Shit, that's crazy.
Whoa, hectic.
What do you think gets more ass, comedians or DJs?
Comedians.
Aye, fuck out of here.
Girls love
Comedians.
like guys who make them laugh more than guys who make them dance. Think about it.
The
Girls
number
like a
one
funny guy.
thing, yes. Before we involve monies and stuff, if you read all those old Cosmopolitans and True Love, and when they ask, what do you look for in a man? If he can make me laugh.
Oh, yes.
Right? And don't forget, a comedian has a commanding position in the room. When you're on the mic, everyone's listening to you. Everyone is engaged.
So you got your fair share of pussy?
No, not me. Because I'm a born again.
That's funny.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and like with DJs, DJs I think is more roadkill because you've got like screaming fans. Son, we wanna Tina, we've got people who are sitting, who are engaged, who just like the whole time. You're having a conversation.
And you're making them think.
You're making them think.
You're turning them on different levels.
Yeah. So that's why for me I would say comedians, not because of history or what I've seen, just purely on a connection level. You know what I mean? Like you have a captive audience, bro.
Yeah.
You're making people feel certain things. But once you make people laugh, they just energy is different, you know?
Who are you fucking with music-wise? Who are you listening to right now?
Oh, dog, I'm listening to so much piano, man.
Yeah.
I'm listening
Who isn't, bro?
I'm listening to so much piano. But I must admit, I've also started going back a little bit, listening to old hip-hop.
Okay.
because I think I've missed it. But right now, man, I'm messing with piano heavy.
Which song?
Heavy. Let me think. What's my song now that I am? Can I be honest? Nah? There's a lot of DJs or mixes that I listen to.
Oh,
because
okay.
piano unfortunately has that thing where a song gets tired after some time.
Yes.
So like when I listen to like the balcony mixes,
Yes,
or,
Major League.
you know, stuff like that, you discover tracks that you didn't know.
No, yeah.
When you listen to Kabza and Pori, they'll always play something that
You didn't know, yeah.
that you didn't know. That's
Also, you listen
out
to
there.
more mixes. So you can
I listen to just so I can discover more stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There's a guy on YouTube called DJ Romeo. Do you know DJ Romeo?
No.
Hey, where's the I'ma keep with the stripes?
Yeah.
He literally does. He DJs in his bedroom.
What?
And he has the most fun. That's where if you don't know what song is currently hot, Ngena ku Romeo.
Oh, DJ Romeo.
DJ Romeo.
South African.
Yeah, South African.
Oh, dope.
South African. So yeah, man. Look, I'm messing with piano heavy right now. Heavy.
So what are we busy with now, bro? I know you got nominated in the DSTV Viewers' Choice
Yes.
for what is it? Comic of the Year.
Yeah.
Alongside Nina Hasty, Celestine Thuli.
Kumba and who are we forgetting?
Let me check.
Mashabela.
Oh, Mashabela. Yeah, he's good.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Hey,
It is, dog.
Mashabela.
It
He's
is.
Kumba.
It is.
Heavy
It
hard
is.
hitters. Heavy hitters.
It is.
Are you
It
feeling
is.
confident?
I am, dog.
Nah.
I am. Look, one of those things is, I mean, the one thing about those things is it comes down to the vote, right?
For sure.
It comes down to people and their participation, but just to be nominated alongside those people is dope because it's a reminder. You know, people act fresh all the time, like, I'm used to this. Dog, when my name came up on that screen, I lost it.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow, bro.
It's dope for people to actually like recognize you for what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because most of the time people recognize you from brands you're affiliated with.
Yes.
People see you, hey, my way. hey, Simba. Hey. You know what I mean? Like, get to know my name, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to have your name up there and to go, we are nominating you because we think your comedy is amazing.
Yeah.
That for me, like.
What else are you busy with, man? What are you doing right now, bro?
Right now, I'm busy organizing a tour, so things are sort of opening up again.
Yeah.
So I'm busy organizing my birthday show, and I'm also planning a tour so we can get back out on the road.
I was talking to Mpho that he must help us with our tour, man. Because we want to hit like the whole country.
Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah.
Dog.
So, bro, we're doing the roast.
Yes.
And we're doing the
grill.
The grilling.
The grill.
We're doing
grill.
the grilling.
The grill of salt.
And we're doing a road show.
a road show.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
This ain't
proper.
I've never done a road show, though.
This is
In like foreskin.
like Kumba. In the show.
How do you know Skumba is foreskin?
Oh, it's cool. Hands. Oh, you said
No,
hands.
you
Kumba
missed
doesn't.
it out, you missed it
Kumba he doesn't.
And then,
No, it doesn't.
aren't you starting a comedy academy or something?
Comedy Academy.
Oh, you want to, ne?
No. I think in the long run, it would be nice to have like master classes for comedy.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
Because like I said to you, no one teaches you
Yeah.
timing,
Yes.
delivery, gags, how to construct stuff. So in the long run, that would be great to have a place where people can go and just learn. And it would be nice. Like imagine having Shampunizer as your lecturer, you know?
Yeah, Shampunizer.
and then you can move from a Shampunizer and have Mashabela
Yes.
lecture you on petty comedy and how vernac comedy works. And you know, for
That
me,
would be dope,
comedy, I was taught certain things when I started in comedy. I was taught delivery, timing. You know what I mean? Because I didn't understand those things. All I knew was I'm funny.
Yeah.
But then other comics help you. They go, this is dope. But if you can phrase it like this and you can come in like this and set it up like this, and then
That's how you learn the
That's why
craft.
comedy doesn't have so much beef, because we all like
Yes.
help each other and build each other.
There's something like that, Maboneng. I think on Mondays, the guys who do the Comedy Wednesday at Shakers, Bob Baxter.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
do a
yeah.
dungeon thing like that, man. Yeah, beautiful.
Not Kitcheners.
No, not at Kitcheners. It's right at Maboneng, the same precinct. I forgot the place. On Mondays or something, yeah.
Oh, bro, what did
Comedy
I ask you?
dungeon.
Chris Rock, Will Smith, The Slap. What did you think as a comedian?
Ooh. Ah, man. It was so sad, man. I think for me, it's a tragedy, man. It's a loss from both sides. Like no one came out on top with that thing.
That's
you know what I mean? I think in the long run, the person who will benefit the most is Chris Rock. But at that point, man, like, think about it, dog. Like, Will Smith is our hero.
Yep, bro.
Even as a Chris Rock,
bro,
Will Smith is your hero. So when Chris Rock saw Will Smith walking onto the stage, he was like, hey, because it's Will, dog.
Exactly.
And then imagine your hero slap Mbama. I'll like
the whole world.
Wabada.
Your kids watching.
And you know it's that Wabada. You know, it's not like a Wabada. Imagine, though, because come on, you got an earpiece from the Oscars people. Come and get So you are trying to deal with the fact that you just got slapped, but there's someone in here going, okay, carry on. And the nominees for we don't have nominees. The best document. That's where Chris messed up. We said, and the documentary that's the only thing he messed up. But that moment was so tragic, man, because Will was about to win an Oscar. And in the heat of the moment, he went up and slapped Chris Rock live, on a global. The Oscars are global.
One of the biggest stages.
One of the biggest stages in the world, right? And dog, you can't hit anyone. Doesn't matter what anyone says or does. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just go around hitting people. Unfortunately,
If that happened to you during the summers,
if that happened to me during the summers, it would be great. That's what I'm saying. The person who's going to benefit is Chris Rock. Because immediately after the slap happened, these tickets sold out.
Oprah wants an interview.
Oprah wants an interview.
See.
People want to hear from you. Do you know what I mean? And like I said to you, the person who's going to come out on top is Chris Rock, is because that slap has given me 15 to 20 minutes of content.
Yes.
Bro.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's content.
For days.
You want, like, that thing is that he was right. This is going to be the greatest moment in television history.
Wow.
So by slapping him, Will gave Chris two things. He gave him material and he gave him ticket sales. Forever, dog, forever. But in all honesty, man, just from our people, I think just two black men at the height of their careers, brawling at the...
It's tragedy.
It's tragic. It's tragic, unfortunately, man. Like, no one comes out on top.
Nah.
Fucking hell.
Yo.
They must get in the ring, Celeb City.
They can't. Will win.
Oh yeah, true though.
Will trades, dog. Even that slap. Did you see that slap?
That
slap was professional.
Yeah, you could see.
You know, it wasn't a...
but it wasn't a weak slap.
It wasn't weak.
Okay, do it now. Do it
now.
now.
That was a calculated. Like, you must look at the way his legs even like...
It was like... It was weird,
it wasn't
man.
a chisampa, man. That was a discipline like... That's... It was a...
Felt like I was getting hit by 5 people.
Yes, dog.
Look weak
no,
to me,
dog.
though.
Oh yeah, before you go, man, I want to ask you, aren't you scared of comedy, bro? With social media, cancel culture, it seems like you guys are being silenced.
I am.
And they're dragging podcasters with them.
I am.
We're thrown under the same bus as y'all people.
It's unfortunate, though, that we find ourselves in a world where you can actually get cancelled for something you said.
Yeah.
Even back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Kevin Hart got cancelled from the Oscars for something he said before cancel culture. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's not that I'm scared, but I'm so cautious with my words now. And it should never be like that.
Never.
You know what I mean? Like, as comedians, the public pays you to go, say the things we're thinking, but we're too scared to say. But now you don't want to say those things because you don't want to scare off brands.
Of course.
You know, like, we live with checks from brands.
100%.
You know what I mean? So the moment I say something like this, you know, like, I've lost this bag, I've lost that bag. And also, in our country, you also got to be careful who you speak about.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like in our country, this person controls these brands.
100%.
This person does this.
Yep.
So you it's not just like in America where you can have like a daily show where you literally rip everyone. Here you rip someone, they go, then we're switching off this, we're switching off that, we're switching off that. So you got to know which toes not to step on.
Which toes shouldn't you step on?
hey, there's certain people you must, especially government people. A lot of government people are, yes, they're government people, but they own a lot of the entities that
they run the country.
They run the country, so I have a hand in this and a hand in this, and so if you are busy, I can switch off.
Yeah,
I can switch off. So you got to know where not to
So
stay.
they've done that to us. They've switched all the pipes, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're not all, but they've closed a lot of the taps.
That's why we watch every episode. Please be a member.
That's why you're also shouting out members. And Caroline, thank you for the 99 rand a month.
There's like 20 of them. So we all know them. We got them on our fucking contact list. The WhatsApp you anytime. Hey son, what did you say? This yesterday's episode about this thing at 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, it's a member. 50 rand, you must respond. Hey, and you bad, bro. But we're here. We're keeping the lights on.
Yeah.
Oh man, but it's honestly speaking, I feel like it's sad, but unfortunately we live in that country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's what happened to Loy's show, if I'm being honest. LNN. Loy Gola had LNN, and LNN was there was like fire for a certain time. I mean, they got nominated twice for Emmys, bro.
Yeah, it was edgy, bro.
Do you know what I mean?
Fucking edgy, bro.
But they were talking about. They were like the Scorpions. Like, hey, good job, guys, but you are getting closer. So
They're doing that to Ntanta Lux now.
hey, dog.
He's getting close.
He's
Real
getting close. Now they're digging up old fame.
Ah, of course, bro.
You know, Ntanta was at Summit.
Right, you're fucking hilarious, man.
Hey, man.
Dude, is there any comedian you're scared of, like to go after at a gig, to perform after?
No.
Not anymore.
No, never before.
Never.
Because you know what the thing is. It's not even like a confidence or arrogance.
Yeah.
I know I'm different.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You trust your dopeness.
Yeah, I know that how I deliver, the things I talk about is completely different to the next person. You know what I mean? And comedy is one of those things where on a lineup you could have someone like a Dylan Oliphant who's like a one-liner.
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 He's good.
That's his rhythm. You don't have to match his rhythm. Do you know what I mean? Then you're going to get someone like a Skumba who's like high energy and ba, 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 ba. You don't have to match his rhythm. I have my own rhythm. Yeah. You know, it took me a while to find my voice. And when I finally found it, I ran with it. So that's why I'm like, I'm not afraid to go either before or after anyone. Because
Mpho Pops, man, I'm glad you overcame the depression, man. We need more niggas like you in the industry, man.
Yeah,
this guy's
man.
genuine, he's authentic, bro.
Those
No
are the people-
egos.
No.
Just a human being doing what he loves, dog.
But those are the people who get backstabbed and get driven into depression within the game.
You're
Look at
right.
Ricky. People will come and they fucking keep taking and
man.
fucking you over.
For me, that's all I'm gonna say to people is, be careful, especially to all the artists, man. Like, be careful who you trust. Be careful about people that you trust, because that over time it will fuck with you, man. Like people who backstab you, that it really derails you. Because when you come in with an open heart, you know what I mean. You want to take care of everyone. You want to make sure everyone is sorted.
Good intentions.
Most people don't have your good intentions.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's Joburg, dog.
It's Joburg, dog.
Yeah.
It's
jungle.
You know what I mean? It's jungle. So protect. For me, what I've realized in my growth and in my healing is you gotta protect your peace, dog.
But I had my mother as my manager. She rocked me as well. But at least it's
She's
home.
your mom, man.
It's home, yeah.
You owe her. She's your mom. She paid your fees. She raised you.
You're gonna inherit it back.
Exactly. Oh.
It's gonna come back.
Hey, man, we had
Hey,
a podcast and chill.
Peace.
Boom.
Yeah, give it a beat.
Something wrong with MacG.
We had to drive to. Where did we drive to?
We drove to.
Hey man, what's your business, man?
Feels like we're touring someone's house in this airport.
Oh my goodness. Fuck it up, bro.
Mask on, eh?
You guys have beverages, huh?
Don't take pictures of
Show me. Point in one. I'll start with them.
What time's your flight?
I don't know. I'll just check. Buy a flight right here.
MacG is crazy, Joe. Cape Town, okay?
What's the level? What's the level?
Alright, drip check.
Which one?
Which strip?
Hey, I want the shoot game, my lord.
Yeah?
My phone's ringing.
Don't answer any calls, though. Calls you don't see number from. Don't answer.
Yeah, I told you. I told you, it's him.
These quieter stars are rock stars.
You know you're rich when everybody wants something.
Under normal circumstances, he should have been a quieter artist.